What feels like up may actually be some other direction, depending on how our brains process our orientation, according to psychology researchers at York University. In a new study, researchers at York University's Center for Vision Research found that an individual's interpretation of the direction of gravity can be altered by how their brain responds to visual information. Using virtual reality, they found that people differ in how much they are influenced by the visual environment. This difference can help us better understand how individuals use visual information to interpret their environment and how they respond when performing other tasks. These findings may also help us to better understand and predict why astronauts may misestimate how far they have moved in a direction, especially in the microgravity of space. In this virtual reality-based study, McManus and Harris had their participants lie down in a virtual environment that was tilted so that the visual up was above their head and not aligned with gravity. They found that the participants could be divided into two groups. One group who perceived they were standing up vertically, aligned with the visual scene, even though they were actually lying down. And a second group who maintained a more realistic idea of their lying position. The researchers called the first group, visual reorientation illusion vulnerable. The two groups of participants, while in the same physical orientation and seeing the same scene, experienced simulated self-motion through the environment differently. Those that were illusion vulnerable reported feeling that they were moving faster and further than those that were not. Not only did the illusion vulnerable group rely more on vision to tell them where they were, but visual motion was also more effective at evoking the sensation of moving through the scene. On Earth, the brain has to constantly decide whether a given acceleration is due to a person's movements or to gravity. This decision is helped by the fact that we normally move at right angles to gravity. But if a person's perception of gravity is altered by the visual environment or by removing gravity, this distinction becomes much harder. The findings reported in this paper could be useful when we land people on the Moon, Mars, or asteroids, because low-gravity environments may cause them to interpret self-motion differently, potentially with disastrous consequences. According to the researchers, the findings could also help model how aging affects people's ability to move and balance.